Greetings, YouTube. This is Alt Lexington on the 7th of July at about 20 to 8 in the afternoon. And new content has just dropped. Specifically, the episode The Kuvah'magh. And I'm going to attempt to play it. I should note that there seems to be a little HUD readout bug. I normally have 3 trays here, but there's a few extra that I can't seem to rearrange, get rid of. But that's nothing, that'll be fixed in a couple of days probably. But we just have to put up with that for this recording. This is the Lexington. I'm my main character and engineer. Anchor of Greffor, Andorian Summer, Rapid Lithic, Ball Lightning, and one of the new Summer Event Kit modules, Holographic Defenders, the engineer one. And Equipment Diagnostic. And the Ethereum weapon. That's about all that's of special. And for the ship, Advanced Phasers, Heron Task Force, Disco, Colony, Romulan engines, because I didn't want the speed boost too much from the competitive, 2-piece Tilly. One day I'll get round to putting isomags on this ship. But for now I'm going with locators. 2-piece Dynamic, Bioneural, Tachyokinetic, Domino, Timeline Stabilizer, Adaptive Emergency Systems, Locator, and the ship's own console. Multi-directional artillery barrage, that's where my torps will come from since I don't have any torps in the weapon slots. It's TAC Ultimate. Miracle Worker Pilot, because I like the speed boost from Pilot. I just don't like the competitive engines giving you uncontrolled speed boosts. Traits. Pretty much what I normally run with. We've got the Breen Free Fire for my fire at will. Tractor Beam Torpedoes. The Vardwide Juggernaut trait. And the ship's own trait, Calculated Broadside. I think that's the ship's own trait. Just check. Yep, Calculated Broadside. And also I've changed one of my ground traits, one of my space traits for the new one from the Lobby store that's only just come out today. Strange New Worlds apparently gives you bonuses upon entering combat, but they get weaker quite quickly. I've replaced Intelligent Agent Attaché for this, just to see what it does. Basic fire at will build. I think there's a couple of uncom cooldown things, but I don't normally pay much attention to cooling down properly. Duty officers, pretty standard. If I can find them. Crit chance, crit severity, Borg for science and intel. Another Borg for engineering and intel, and 2 damage control. These 2 trays are on my spam bar, space bar, and these are my clickies. Well, let's play the episode. You can find it in the episodes tab under the Ultimate Klingon. That means it's not a continuation of Kings and Queens. This episode is kind of like a blast from the past. It's a remake of an old episode. Kuvah'magh. A Federation-led ceasefire deal has been proposed to the Klingon High Council, but Ambassador Bavat and the Empire are not quick to forget Starfleet's initial dismissal of the Undyne threat. Join Lieutenant Miral Paris, the Kuvah'magh, and the Doctor in securing support for President O'Kaig's peace proposal, while navigating controversy surrounding Paris's status as the proposed Kuvah'magh. In my throat. Hey.
It's a pleasure to be acquainted. I'm Vakel Shan, captain of the U.S.S. Belfast. Admiral Quinn has recommended we team up for a high-priority mission, and truth be told, I'd welcome the support. We've been tasked with overseeing a diplomatic meeting between the Federation and the Klingon Empire. President O'Kaig has managed to arrange ceasefire negotiations on Khitomer, but the situation is delicate. The war with the Klingons has been ongoing for half a decade, and things have only escalated after the Undine infiltration. Still, this could be our one small chance to turn things around. Our job? Protect the President's delegation on board Starfleet 1 and safely escort them. I'll be waiting for you in the Khitomer system. Captain Cogran, a capable warrior and our Imperial liaison, will be meeting us there.
Head over to the Khitomer system and escort the delegation. The rewards: experience points, expertise, random very rare space item reward, universal kit module, Pearl Boulder. I was wondering where that was. I didn't see it. I thought it was a Lobby store kit module, and I got disappointed when I didn't see it in there. And then I noticed it was part of the new Gorn bundle, that the Gorns can hurl rocks. I'm glad to see it's an episode reward, so everybody can have it, not just the Gorn from the bundle. And you get your daily progress as well.
By combining our strengths, we're sure to boldly go where no one has gone before.
I just want to check something. I think I got a pretty rude message in my chat just then. Somebody sent me a tell. Oh, it's just Patchouli. He's one of my Twitch viewers. That's what he's like. He's just bragging about ground. He doesn't mean nothing. I'm not sure if I've got my audio settings right. So there might be a little trouble with voice and game balance. But let's head over to the Khitomer system. Auto-navigate. Nice and gentle. I'm going to play it properly with the dialogue and everything. It's my first Blythe playthrough. Oh, I just picked up a boost from one of those Deep Space Encounters. I haven't played them on holodeck yet. I did give them a go on Tribble a couple of weeks ago. They looked pretty interesting. They look like a vast improvement to Deep Space Encounters. I keep picking up the bonuses for them. I'm suspecting maybe a couple of teething problems in this new content. It was an extended maintenance because of issues, so you've got to be a bit patient with new content sometimes. I can't predict every bug. players always seem to find more. Oh, you do pick up a lot of those Deep Space Encounter buffs. Just flying in a straight line. That's what they look like. Different ones of them. Your tractor beam catches them. Even if you haven't got a tractor beam on your ship, you'd still catch them with your tractor beam. The Kittimer system. Isn't that where the Borg are? With their vortex? And also where 7 of 9 is in Shattered Peace? Different time frame, I think. An M-class planet used as a neutral site multiple times for diplomatic negotiations. Kittimer played a vital role in the formation of the Klingon Federation alliance of the late 24th century, host to historic Kittimer Conference in 2293, which started the first peace negotiations between the Federation and the Empire. By 2345, the planet was home to a Klingon colony destroyed in a sneak Romulan attack, known afterwards as the Kittimer Massacre. Well, it's a lot here. Taken by the Romulan Star Empire after the attack, it remained in Romulan hands until 2382, when the Klingons took the world back by force over Federation objections. 3 years later, all non-Klingons were expelled from the planet. The U.S.S. Enterprise E participated in the evacuation. Oh, this ship's named after me, the Lexington. Let's hope it works. I am on elite difficulty, I believe. Let me just check to make sure. It says so there. And it says so there. This could be a big disaster being on elite difficulty, because it seems to be getting harder to play elite these days. Oh, let's begin. Kuvah'magh.
This is President Okeg aboard Starfleet 1. Remember, this conference is vital to the future of the galaxy.
Captain Sean here. Copy that, Mr. President. Best foot forwards at all times. The crew of the Belfast has been briefed.
Captain Cargren, Klingon Empire Liaison to Anik Okeg, standing by. President, the IKS Nima is ready to escort you.
Long fade to black.
Good to see you, and right on time, as expected of a true Starfleet officer. Sometimes that makes all the difference. We need to get the President's ship, Starfleet 1, within transporter range of the coordinates provided by the Klingons, and get the all-clear to beam down to Kittimer. I'll be assigned to the President once we arrive, and you'll be securing the premises. Speaking of, let me introduce you to my Chief of Security, Lieutenant Paris. She's a damn fine officer, and a quarter Klingon, too. Not unhelpful when it comes to building relations.
Yeah, before we talk to Miral Paris, a couple of things. I can see Captain Sean is back in the Defiant, the ship he had before he got promoted to the Enterprise F. The ship he lost at some point. Is this that episode? I don't think so. Not sure, though. Does he get the Enterprise F in this episode? Ooh, that'd be interesting to find out. When the Belfast gets destroyed. Defiant class ship looks in. Oh, Sao Paulo class. Very similar. I also noticed that the President of the Federation, his ship's a Vulcan ship. Not human. I thought humans were the best. Okay, Neil Paris. It's an honor to work with you. Your reputation in Starfleet precedes you. Yes, Tom Paris's daughter.
Miral Paris, Chief of Security of the U.S.S. Belfast, but Lieutenant will do. Nice to meet you. I get the feeling we'll make an excellent team. Ready to get to work when you are.
2 responses. I have no idea what that says. Semper Paratus or ready. Can't quite read dialogue too well because my eyesight's not that great. But on your mark.
I hope you don't mind me checking in along the way. This meeting is delicate, and I'd like to make sure everyone is prepared.
Glad to have you with us, Mr. President. Any words of wisdom before we arrive?
Kittimer is a key location in
Wait
the
till they finish their
history of our
dialogue.
2 civilizations, and home to many important meetings.
This planet hosted the Kittimer Conference of 2293, if I'm not mistaken.
Conspiracies aside, the final outcome was historic, and its gift of peace lasted for generations.
Let's hope for a similar outcome today. Your attendance is as much of a security risk as it is a show of goodwill.
Lieutenant.
It is up to the Federation to take this first critical step. We cannot allow a repeat of Cestus 3.
Are they done? You learn to wait for dialogue just in case you get attacked on a blind playthrough. Don't want to be talked to while you're under attack.
Sir, sensors are picking up several Gorn vessels in the area. It's an ambush.
Hope they're not throwing rocks.
Double goal! Some of them are. Right after.
This is okay. Starfleet 1 is under fire. Shields won't hold for long.
Hang tight, Mr. President. We won't let you down.
I'm just sitting here for now, testing the waters. I don't see the new trait, but then it could be hidden.
No bold moves, Lieutenant. Focus on Starfleet 1.
This party must perish. The ship must fall.
The rest of you were born suddenly.
We have bested these Pitach fools. You were ready to die.
Accolade,
just to take out
Starfleet
your
1.
president in battle.
Starfleet 1, this is the U.S.S. Belfast. What's your status? President Okeg, do you copy?
So apparently Starfleet 1 has taken some damage, maybe? I didn't hear the dialogue during all that battle. It was a bit quiet. And I just sat still, testing the waters. I didn't see the new the new trait is there. It did feel like I was getting a boost at the beginning of that fight. First lot of ships blew up pretty easily. The second lot weren't so easy. So the trait could I suspect the trait is working. Strange new worlds. It's going to run out of time in a minute, and it's once every 2 minutes, I think, it activates when you first enter combat. Alright, let's check on the President.
U.S.S. Belfast, IKS Nema. This is the President. We're all right. Just a bit shaken up.
Oh, he's fine.
Mr. President, we need to postpone this conference. It's much too great of a risk for you to take. Our scan should have picked up on that ambush.
It's only gone. What are you talking about? All they do is throw rocks.
Postponing this conference is not an option, Captain Sean. This ceasefire deal could be the Federation's only chance to eventually make peace with the Klingon Empire. If that involves some degree of risk, then so be it. The members of my delegation joined this mission informed and ready for the task. However, this attack does beg a question. How exactly did the Gorn hide from our sensors?
At least he's not showing signs of pride before a fall. Scans show their ships are equipped with chronoton masking fields. The U.S.S. Lexington sustained minor damage. Lieutenant, status report. Yeah, my ship's the ISS Perplexington.
The Belfast and the IKS Nema have sustained minor damage as well. Most of the Gorn attacks were directed at Starfleet 1, and presumably President Okeg. However, aside from a few fluctuations in deflector harmonics and a brief spike in secondary EPS flow regulators, nothing approaches critical threshold. The President's ship is holding up fine, all things considered.
Seems like she's... I know she's on comms at the moment, but it sounds more like she's on a telephone or something. 2 responses. Why would the Gorn be interested in an attempt on President Okeg's life or disrupting a peace conference? We need to stick together. Something feels off. My tactical officer will conduct a long-range scan of the system. Or the other response, we better do our due diligence before moving on. My tactical officer will do a long-range scan. What's the point in a choice of responses when it's the same outcome? Okay, TAC officer, do your scan.
The Belfast will run a scan as well. Something does feel off.
So I'm supposed to go over there and scan that and then something else? I'm the worst at following dialogue and storyline on a first blind playthrough when I'm talking through it as well. Trying to make a video of it. It's a bit of a juggle of multitasking. Very slow. Bit of speed. Full stop. Conduct long-range scan.
Long-range sensors and tachyon detection grid.
Okay, that's the first scan. Stop. Second scan.
Sensors are clear, sir. No threats detected, masked or otherwise.
Let's resume course before that changes.
Attacking Klingons is one thing, but the Federation? I find the circumstances of this Gorn ambush a little odd.
I agree. The Gorn should have challenged my vessel instead, and fought against one of their Klingon conquerors. Cowards.
Makes sense.
The Gorn shouldn't have been able to close in on Starfleet 1. We need to improve our response time.
Alright, so let's get to get the starbase the was it Starfleet 1 to Kittimer? Very imaginative name for the President's ship. Kind of like Air Force 1 or Navy Hilo 1. I would have called it Fishman 1.
President Okeg, the Klingon Empire acknowledges the arrival of your delegation to Kittimer. Our orbital defense post received reports of a rebel strike within the system, but readings were delayed due to the Gorn's chronoton masking fields. Still, your survival in the face of this unexpected obstacle bodes well. Perhaps you are worthy allies after all. You are cleared to beam down.
Chronoton this, chronoton that, chronoton everything. I suspect this beam down might be chronotonized? I'm thinking time travel? Are we going to have to save the president's life in the past or something?
The Federation is honored to be received on Kittimer. I can assure you that your openness to meeting with us is not misplaced. Our delegation's security escort dealt with the Gorn attack swiftly, thanks to the combined efforts of our respective captains. We will be beaming down shortly. Captains, when you're ready.
I'm an admiral, dude. Ready, Sean? Any last advice?
Once you've made it planetside, Lieutenant Paris will brief you on security measures. Remember, stay sharp. Confidence is key, but so is efficiency. History tends to repeat itself, and with Kittimer, that could be a problem. I'll meet you on the ground, and whatever comes, meet it head on. There's no time to second guess.
Yeah, it's a big build-up to this beam down. I suspect something might happen during transport. Chronoton particles everywhere. Let's beam down then. Let's face this head on, whatever this adventure will be. Oh, I've got 2 watchers on my bridge crew. That's being my finery.
Miral, or should
Doctor.
I say, Lieutenant Paris.
Doctor, I've missed you. You haven't aged a day.
Ah.
Well, I am afraid that's how it works. But if it would put you at ease, I can add an aging subroutine to my matrix.
Not on my behalf. You're perfect, just the way you are. Are you part of the President's delegation?
That's right, as the leading expert on species 8472. President Okeg is hoping that sharing our research with the Klingons will make up for our dismissal of the Undine threat. This, and a ceasefire deal, will hopefully lead to lasting peace between our people.
The Doctor pioneered research on the Undine aboard Voyager. It was considered revolutionary, both then and now. It is a pleasure to meet you, especially after your crew's incredible performance in the Kittimer system.
I feel like an idiot wearing this garb.
I will let you get on with your security tasks and prepare for the conference. Doctor?
Met President Okeg before, but not in this time period. Later, I
Good
mean.
to finally meet you in person. Admiral Quinn's told me quite a lot about you. All good things, of course. Lieutenant Paris can give you a more detailed brief, but suffice it to say, we're looking to secure the whole premises. Make sure nothing's been tampered with.
Likewise, Captain Sean. Copy that. I will report to Lieutenant Paris.
It's nice to put a real face to the name. We need to secure the building. I recommend starting with the courtyard in the next room. Oh, and keep in mind, we're in a melting pot of different cultures and delegations right now, but let's try to stay focused and keep our distance.
Let's get this over with. Get it over with. It's only just begun. I thought we'd have some sort of time travel in the transport, but I don't know.
Ah, hold it right there. Just a moment. Greetings. I am the Emergency Medical Hologram Mark I, but you may call me Doctor. A pleasure to meet you, I am sure. If I may offer a recommendation, while I doubt you will encounter any Undine infiltrators here, you may still find my latest research quite riveting, should you wish to test it out. Here is a parameter you may use to optimize your tricorder for species 8472 biosignature detection. The science behind it is nothing short of remarkable. The settings account for polyfluidic.
The settings account for polyfluidic phase variance. That is fascinating. Tricorder adjusted. See you at the conference.
I'll follow your lead.
Accolade Met Bureau Paris. Oh, there's two things. Speak to Sugihara, the Federation ambassador, and speak to President O'Keefe again. And there's two to speak to over there. I wonder if there's extra dialogue. Speak with attendees is optional. Okay, I'll speak with attendees. Speak with President again.
The importance of today's conference cannot be overstated. I am grateful for your assistance in orbit. Please, pass my thanks to your crew. The Gorn attack initially appeared to be an attempt at disrupting our conference and taking out Starfleet 1. However, I believe intelligence has details that might contradict this assumption. I am hoping the Klingons will see the value in a ceasefire agreement. I'm no stranger to finding common ground with my adversaries. After I succeeded President Nanyeta Bako, I offered my political opponents seats in my cabinet. As the saying goes, it takes a quadrant to raise a coalition.
The Federation takes pride in its humanity, but we often forget to mention that humans were not alone in forging this galactic entity. We owe much to the Andorians, Tellarites, and Vulcans too. Yeah, but it was our idea. Talk to Sugihara, the Federation ambassador.
Ambassador Jiro Sugihara of the Federation Diplomatic Corps. I have to admit that the Klingons were right about the Undine infiltration of the Gorn hegemony, but I don't agree with the war they waged. Diplomacy and peaceful negotiation should come first, always. Anyway, I've been told I should keep my opinions to myself, and even more so if we manage to broker peace. Always looking for trouble, Jiro, even on what could be a pivotal day for our people, you glommer.
I see. I commend your honesty. He sounds skeptical. Talk to the other human. Commander Burgess.
Starfleet Intelligence conducted a preliminary sweep of Khitomer some weeks ago. Klingon public opinion of the Federation is not favorable. However, they also seem to find no glory in the current stalemate. It looks like they're a little worse for wear after their interactions with the Undine, even if they won't let on. We can also safely rule out any conspiracies. Our intel suggests the rebel Gorn ambush that occurred in the system a short while ago had nothing to do with the Klingon Empire and everything to do with targeting the Federation. This is an ongoing investigation.
Good to know. Anything else I should be aware of?
Well, while there are no Admiral Cartwrights in the crowd today, we have identified a person of interest. A Klingon by the name of Kuvah'magh will be in attendance. He's a contentious figure with a Federation criminal record. We can't forbid his house from attending, as we're on Klingon ground, but we'll be watching him.
That is indeed valuable information. Thank you, Commander Burgess. Where do I know Commander Burgess from? I'm sure I've seen him in other story elements. And, Klingon. Speak with men?
A Starfleet officer receiving classified information from the Klingon intelligence? Which, pooh! I suppose you'd have me sharpen your bat'leth too. I suggest you focus on your task.
I see. Thank you for your time. He's going from a position of strength. Typical Klingon. Right, go to the courtyard.
All right, let's start with this area.
Yeah, I play very slowly on my first blind playthroughs. Conduct security scan.
A Klingon in a Starfleet uniform? Just bah!
Pitiful. Scans are clear.
They're talking about her.
It seems these Klingons have taken note of my appearance. I've never hidden my hybrid nature. As my godfather, the doctor, encouraged me to be proud of this part of myself and taught me the meaning of self-worth. But truth be told, I'd rather be back on the Belfast right now. I'm chief of security, not a diplomat or an envoy. Still, if my being here helps prove that the Federation and the Klingons can coexist, then all of this will be worthwhile.
Sounds like a difficult journey of self-reflection. We might need to revisit that if we're going to work together. Let's move on for now, though. Yeah, so they've obviously never met her, and the news about her being the Kuvah'magh isn't out yet. And surely they know of Worf. Another Klingon in a Starfleet uniform. Was this before his time? No, this is after his time. Go to Gallery of Honor. I'm just looking around the room a bit. Just making sure. Check those corners.
Let's scan this room.
I remember being here in the future.
Another rebel attack in Klingon space. Reprehensible.
King Slathis does not assent to these renegade acts.
No threats detected.
Hang on a minute, was that
If the Gorn delegation is telling the truth, then the ambush we just thwarted was a rebel attack, and not a revolt instigated by the Gorn hegemony. Still, it seemed very coordinated.
I get the feeling that someone is pulling the strings. Let's continue. Did I just hear a female Gorn voice? They don't look female. I'm gonna have a look around, see if I can spot it. Is that a Romulan? Who was speaking with the snake-like voice? Female snake-like voice. Ah, it's probably the Ferrison. One of the two Ferrisons there. Ah, so it wasn't a female Gorn. That would have been a surprise. Go to Chamber of
Running
Champions.
another scan.
Oh, Chamber of Conquest, sorry. looking around as well.
I am Ambassador Koss of the Klingon Empire. I wish to meet with the Kuvah'magh.
Ah, the Kuvah'magh is an ancient myth. Paris is an impostor, a traitor to her people.
Peace with the Federation. Cretorvo narde krapu.
Boogie, boogie, boogie to you too.
All clear. Let's move on.
Seems like my tricorder triggers their
Quite
speech.
a few opinions floating around today, huh? I say we speed things up and move on to the next room.
Just a moment, Lieutenant Paris. We need to discuss those Kuvah'magh comments. I feel like there's something you might not be telling me. If we're going to work together, then I need you to tell me what this is all about. So they have heard of her as the Kuvah'magh. They just most of them probably believe she's an imposter, ending to be a Kuvah'magh.
Fine. You're right. You might know this already, but there's an ancient Klingon religious text that describes the Kuvah'magh, or savior, as a figure that will restore the Klingon Empire back to its original glory. Many Klingons believe me to be this Kuvah'magh because of the events that occurred in the Delta Quadrant aboard Voyager. My genetic material played a part in helping a group of Klingons. I'm happy to answer any questions about that if you think it's beneficial to our mission.
I remember that episode. It's the one where Neelix got laid by a Klingon warrior woman. He saved Harry Kim from taking that one. A good compromise. I do have questions about the Kuvah'magh. Or we can save the discussion for another time. I'll ask the questions.
What do you want to know?
How does the ancient text describe the Kuvah'magh?
The prophecy foretells the arrival of a messianic savior, Kuvah'magh. It is said that this figure is stronger than sickness itself and destined to heal the Klingon people, leading them to glory. Some even say the Klingons will know the Kuvah'magh before the Kuvah'magh themselves know the world. A spiritual recognition, if you will.
It's the spiritual healer or something. Stronger than sickness itself. Stronger than genetic engineering? Augmentations?
What do you want to know?
Why is the Kuvah'magh polarizing for the Empire? Yeah, why is she such a polarizing figure for the Empire?
Whereas some Klingons are devoted to the Kuvah'magh, others disbelieve the figure's existence. Some even treat these religious texts as unworthy epics or conspiracy theories. Either way, I'm caught in the middle of a divided empire when all I ever wanted was to make the universe a better, more tolerant place.
Is she supposed to be like some sort of messiah to the Klingons? And depending on what religion the individual Klingon follows will depend on whether they believe her as a messiah or not.
What do you want to know?
What role did your genetic material play in Klingon history?
I was born aboard the U.S.S. Voyager, and as I said earlier, the Doctor is my godfather. In 2377, Voyager encountered a group of Klingon pilgrims aboard a D-7 class battlecruiser. They were looking for the Kuvah'magh because they were dying from a virus called the Nehret, which they originally believed to be nothing but old age. In order to save them, the Doctor resorted to using my genetic material to create a cure. Miraculously, it worked. And thus, I became the Kuvah'magh.
Or so you believe. And so that Klingon captain back then believed. But there was no actual proof.
What do you want to know?
This is all I need to know for now. Let's continue with our mission. My watchers are still in pussycat mode. They don't feel threatened by the Klingons.
Tricorder,
Hello, girls.
What weight could a conference possibly hold without the attendance of Jempok? Ha!
Yedoko! Walden is here in his stead. Now is not the time for dissent.
I'm detecting... false alarm. Just some residual readings.
The Klingons are letting us do deep scans of their facility. Yeah, well. Okay. If this was a Starfleet facility and Klingons were walking through it with tricorders scanning everything, I'd damn soon put a stop to it. Go to the Hall of Heroes.
Running another scan.
We're all set, my good sir.
I will hold you accountable if this fails. There can be no deviation from the plan. Nach, Lodgmit.
Of course. I will not disappoint. We have an agreement after all. Let's disperse.
A Klingon ambassador with a human attendant? I don't recognize the staffer, but I believe that's Ambassador...
But that, I believe, he has a Federation criminal record. I'm sure Starfleet intelligence is keeping... Dialogue's a little wrong here. It's keeping an eye on him, I assume it means. Starfleet intelligence is keeping tabs on him. Yeah, a bit of dialogue mistake there.
I don't know about you, but I think I've heard enough. And I trust that our intelligence units will monitor any outliers among the attendees. I suggest we have a look at our scan results instead. My readings are off in this room.
My voice sounds much better now we're on the ground and not on comms. Let's take a closer look. I'll follow your lead, Lieutenant.
This technology doesn't match any known Federation or Klingon designs. Its components are entirely non-standard. What do you make of this data?
3 responses, 1 for each career faction. The engineering one is mine. The device resembles... No, hang on. What does that word say? I can't quite read it. My eyes can't see it. The device's ensembles aren't built to any space specs I recognise. It's not from this quadrant, that's certain. The device's assembles. Strange dialogue some places. But it doesn't match anything I recognise. Investigate the device. Oh, minigame.
Huh. Faint traces of verteron particles.
This device is keyed to another coordinate in this system. Whether it presents a threat or not is inconclusive. Let's report this to Sean and Kagan.
Cogran, it is simple, I assure you. Undine biology is adaptive, with a morphogenic cellular structure.
I am no scientist, but I do not dispute the utility of weaponry meant to identify and eradicate the Undine.
It's unfortunate we still know so little about them, despite the doctor's research.
Ah, morale. Your disposition suggests that there were no polyfluidic phase variances to report.
That's correct. No Undine infiltrators, Doctor. But we did find something else. Captain Sean, Captain Cogran, we've discovered an unidentified device in the Hall of Heroes. Its origin cannot be traced and its functionalities are unknown. It doesn't appear to pose an immediate threat, but we can't be sure. Will you work on disabling the device while I transmit our findings to the rest of the team?
Run a multi-spectrum diagnostic scan to identify the energy conduits powering the device and sever them. Unknown device is clearly a threat. She said she didn't know whether it was a threat or not. It clearly is.
Good idea. That device is cause for concern. Even if it turns out to be harmless, we can't afford to take any chances. Let's confer with President Okeg.
Yeah, Sean agrees with me. It's a threat until we know better. I mean, we've got to take it from a military standpoint. Everything's a threat until you know better. What do you say, President Okeg?
I agree. This poses a considerable security risk. However, I'm too optimistic about the turnout of this conference to delay our diplomatic efforts any further. We need to honor our agreement with the Klingons. They will not respect any act that might be interpreted as a display of cowardice. We must stay the course. If Captain Coghren is not opposed, then I propose we beam the device to the U.S.S. Belfast for further analysis.
So we're going to steal it, instead of informing the Klingons, which is the honourable thing to do. It appears we are aligned, but we should set up a containment field around the device before beaming it up. I'm on it. We should really tell the Klingons. It's dishonorable to hide something like this from them. Secure and remove the device.
Setting up a containment field and done. Ready for transport. U.S.S. Belfast, this is Lieutenant Paris. We are beaming up an unidentifiable device for analysis. Stand by.
Accolade a call device.
All attendees must gather in the Hall of Heroes immediately.
Is that the hall we're in, the Hall of Heroes? Monitor the conference. Assume post.
Fellow delegations, the Federation is here today to seek peace with the Empire, in the hopes that it will be long-lasting. We believe we have been at odds for too long, and hope to prove today that our worth as allies is greater than our worth as foes. As a first act, we propose a ceasefire, then allying against a common enemy, the Undine. I have with me an expert who will share...
All this talk and no action! Why trust you, Okeg? Your Federation has already proven it does not respect the Empire! In the case of the Undine imposters in the Gorn hegemony, the Klingons were right all along, yet you failed to heed us.
You are right, and I know that Federation and Empire relations have often been tense, that our history is riddled with mistrust, that you believe we failed you on the topic of the infiltrators in the Gorn hegemony, and that our ways have been human-centric. But like Chancellor Gorkon, this Saurian too believes in the undiscovered country, and has read Shakespeare in the original Klingon. We'd like to start by sharing our classified research with you on the Undine, as a gesture of good faith. Doctor?
The cat.
Greetings. You may call me the Doctor. It is an honor to speak to such a fine audience. I will be handing out data pads after our speech, so do stick around should you wish to discuss the details. As you all undoubtedly know, with great scientific advancement comes great responsibility. While ethics are not on the agenda, I am obliged to mention the dangers of the technology we have developed and the risk it poses to non-Undine life forms.
The Belfast is transmitting the results of the analysis performed on the unidentified device. It seems it's...
But I digress. To the crux of the matter, I have created technology that pairs modified tricorders with experimental nanoprobes. The tricorders, while still a prototype, detect the presence of undine biosignatures. The nanoprobes are then... pardon me, my matrix.
Captain Sean, that device disrupts holoemitter signals. Doctor!
They switched him off. End program. I suspect the augments.
Captain! They've taken the doctor!
Morale, look out!
That was personal. Oh, they were after morale, probably. Ooh, they kidnapped the doctor. They're kidnapping him. Silent transporter. Bit late.
Thanks. We need to take down these Gorn and retrieve the doctor. Now!
Belfast, this is Sean. Kittimer Conference is under attack. Monitor all activity in orbit. No one leaves.
We get to fight some Gorn?
I knew I should have brought some cryo grenades along.
Finally, some action!
We need to take down the last remaining Gorn.
Now, before you say anything more, episode, let me pick up loot. I know what you're like. This game never lets you pick up loot.
Our warriors have identified additional rebel Gorn on the ground. It won't be long before they reach our location. As for Bavat, the Petach has conveniently beamed up to his vessel. He must have had allies on the inside. Klingons willing to look the other way and smuggle in his devices. Or perhaps this is another conspiracy.
Hope this doesn't beam me up without picking up my loot.
I assure you the Federation has nothing to do with this, Captain Cogran. I can't say the same for Bavat, though. The Belfast has managed to lock onto his ship with a tractor beam, but I'm not sure how long it'll hold. Our scans show the doctor is aboard, so we'll need to be careful.
My science officer, Lieutenant Fat Git, reports that Bavat's ship is equipped with experimental technology. This could be a tough fight. I'll beam up and assist the Belfast. Hang on a minute. I don't want to beam up without picking up a damn loot game. If I click that, will I beam up?
I'm coming with you. We need to retrieve the doctor. That's non-negotiable.
Continue.
All right, but I know you well, Morale.
Get them
back
now.
in one piece, and no unnecessary risks. That's also non-negotiable. Understood? Cogran and I will stay behind to deal with the Gorn and evacuate the delegations. Belfast, this is Captain Sean. Beam the lieutenant directly to the bridge. Paris, you've got the con. Stay safe.
Not now. I'm a fleet admiral. I'm overriding you, Sean, so I can pick up loot. For no good reason. And the blue loot was a plasma full auto rifle. And do you know what I'm going to do with that loot now that I've fussed over getting it? Throw it in the replicator. Or salvage it. That's what you do with loot. That's all loot is good for.
Our warriors have
I assure
We've already
you
done that dialogue.
All right, but
Now
I know
we-
you well, Moral. Get back in one piece, and no unnecessary risks. That's also non-negotiable. Understood? Cogran and I will stay behind to deal with the Gorn and evacuate the delegations. Belfast, this is Captain Sean. Beam the lieutenant directly to the bridge. Paris, you've got the con. Stay safe.
You won't be alone, Captain. You have my word. My ship... ISS Lexington, this is Lexington. Beam me up.
This is Lieutenant Paris aboard the Belfast. We have a lock on Bavat's ship, the IKS Warvig. Recommend we hail them together before we take any drastic measures. Diplomacy first.
I suspect he's got advanced technology, as they said. Caution is best, I agree. My crew is on standby. Or... Fine, but... if he fires, my crew will extract the Doctor and retaliate tenfold. I suppose that would be a Klingon response, if you're playing on the Klingon side. It's kind of interesting to see how this episode would play out on the Klingon side. You're being an additional Klingon escorting the Federation president. Additional to Kagran. Let's do the Federation response.
You dare not fight a real Klingon, one of prowess and might? I suppose your hail is meant to initiate some sort of negotiation. Which, I do not negotiate with those who would see the Klingon Empire become docile and prevent its path towards true glory.
The responses. There is no need to fight when you can just surrender and return the Doctor, Bavat. Peace is our mutual benefit. Or, I assure you my crew is not afraid of you, Bavat. Officer Chekhov has their finger on the trigger and they don't miss. And over the Doctor now. Yeah, we've got to take a strong stance on this one. And Chekhov, that is just something I named a bridge of, so it's not the actual Chekhov.
Request denied. It would be a shame to return your Doctor so soon. Extracting him from Khitomer was child's play. Fascinating what can be achieved when the Empire is so divided and unfocused. But Klingons never shy away from a challenge. Let the Kuvah'magh retrieve him herself and prove she has the heart of a true warrior.
Red alert.
My heart is just fine, Bavat. I wish we could say the same for you, Mach. The Klingon Empire agreed to convene on the Federation's ceasefire proposal. It is you who is in violation of the agreement, and in direct disobedience of the High Council. They should have you discommanded, you pet.
Lieutenant, subspace sensors have detected a massive increase in tachyon emissions. That was stalling to call for backup. Prepare to engage tachyon emissions. That means cloaked ships. Bye-bye, Belfast. You're going to fight to the death, are you? No? He's still alive, is he?
Bavat has escaped from the Doctor. The Belfast is tracking his ship's ions. Time to show these...
Whoa, these are hitting harder.
Give it on your own.
Can't stay still for this battle. Much harder. Shit. I wasn't ready for that. That's why the first battle against the Gorn seemed easy. lull into a false sense of security, so when you face the augments, you really know it. Heal when you're dead. Oh, there they are. These are stronger bird of prey, stronger than the Gorn were. Is the other one cloaked?
That was the last of them. Receiving a hail from the Kuvah'magh. I'm opening a multi-channel.
That got away though.
Belfast, this is Captain Sean. The situation is under control on Kuvah'magh. We found a second device on stage attached to the podium and neutralized it. The device has the ability to disrupt photonic emissions and store holographic data, like a capsule. What's your status? Have you retrieved the doctor?
Store holographic data. That's where they had the doctor held. No, the doctor would have been in his mobile emitter or something. Maybe they're going to end up with a copy of the doctor by the end of the episode. Unfortunately, Bafat has escaped with the doctor. He's likely trapped the doctor inside the device. To what end remains unclear. We are tracking the Kuvah'magh now. That's Bafat's ship. Trap the doctor inside the device. Well, a holographic doctor couldn't tell the difference between a fake environment and a real environment. He's probably stuck in a simulation of some sort. Let's track the Kuvah'magh now.
I missed a device, but we scanned the entire area. How is that possible? I increased my tricorder sensor aperture. I ran a multispectral sweep. I even enhanced subspace resolution and set up a level 3 perimeter scan. I should have set up a level 4 scan. This is my fault.
Why not level 5?
Steady, Lieutenant. The first device was no doubt a red herring planted in the room to distract us from the second, which in turn was shielded from our sensors by an experimental chronoton-charged cloaking field. That second device was ever so slightly displaced in time. Your tricorder couldn't have picked up on it. It took a whole group of scientists from several different delegations to come to that same conclusion.
Whatever Babat is doing, it's dangerous, and I suspect he wants time travel. Or some time travel thing's going to happen.
Captain, we need to go after the doctor. The Belfast is tracking Bavat's warp signature, ion trail, and projected course. I've got all the data I need.
What the Belfast needs to do is remain stationed in orbit of Kuvah'magh while President O'Keg meets with the Klingon High Council. This attack has led to some very tense exchanges and great mistrust in the Federation and Gorn delegations. Going after the doctor is too risky. We'll need to send our data over to an experienced strike team and let them handle it.
I can't see the Belfast. Ah, there it is. It's cloaked? Or is it just far away? No, it's not far away. Captain, we're running out of time. You said yourself that can make all the difference. Lieutenant Paris, I can retrieve the Lieutenant Paris and I can retrieve the doctor together. My crew is experienced and up to the task. Yeah, we're better than you, Sean.
I agree. Besides, the doctor is not only one of the most brilliant minds in Starfleet, but he's also my godfather. He's family, Captain.
I can't argue with that. But for that same reason, I'll need you back in one piece after your mission. I can't lose you too, Lieutenant. The Belfast has to remain to supervise the situation on Kittimer and escort Starfleet 1 back to Federation space. I hope I'm not making a mistake by staying behind. But duty calls. Good luck, and take care.
My transporter chief is standing by, ready to receive you, Lieutenant Paris. Are they going to change the story so that Paris destroys the Belfast instead of On?
One to beam over.
Not good to speculate. Gotta go to their ship. Get within transporter range, even though we're already within transporter range because the show said 40,000 kilometers. And she's only 14 away. Must be conserving power short-range transporters.
Quite the fine ship you have. Here's the data the Belfast retrieved during our encounter with the Klingons. We've tracked the Warvig to the Hattori system.
No time to lose. Engage warp to the Hattori system. Let's go get them. So far, it's quite interesting. Heavy on dialogue, but that's okay. Save the battle to the end.
We've arrived, and in enemy territory, no less. Sensors are picking up on multiple vessels in the area. Klingon patrol ships. Planetary archives also show Hattoria is home to a large nebula and an abandoned facility on the ground. I'm guessing that's where Bavat is holding the doctor.
That's a lot of ships. I hope they're not all augment ships. What are our options, Lieutenant?
We can either use the nebula's ionized gas to scatter our ship signal and travel at low impulse to conceal our movements till we reach transporter range, or we can go in guns blazing and risk alerting the Klingons on the ground. Your call.
Do we want to sneak in like Romulans? Or do we want to face them with honor? I think honor. Guns blazing. Accolade complete. Honorable warrior. I did say honor. Go get him, Kuvah'magh. I'll sit here and watch. Look out for the mines. This is going to be tough. Actually, we'll start from that end and work our way around. Be careful, this could be a surprise. Oh, come on, ship, just move us. I'm gonna kill every last one of you stinky, BO-ridden, drinking Klingons, and my weapons aren't working. There we go.
Detected by Bavat's patrol ships.
Have I underestimated a Klingon fleet? Never underestimate a Klingon. Who's next? You're next. God, I hate it when it goes under red alert and slows me down like this. I had competitive engines, it wouldn't be an issue. Oh, we're engaged for 2 now. The pets have damaged him. What are my pets there? Elite Mirror Universe Shuttlecraft. Damn it, the Nebula. Yeah, the Nebula knocks you out of full impulse, I think. Yeah, but these bird of preys, these Klingon ships don't seem to be like the tough ones that we fought at Kittimer. They don't seem to be enhanced ones. Probably jinx it. Well, fire weapons? There's a target there. There's delay on weapons firing. It's delay on weapons firing. I had an SNR before I started recording. I wonder if that's anything to do with it, and the extended maintenance. My weapon stopped again. Oh, something's putting me out of power. These Klingons got something that can... Oh, I think I figured out what's wrong. I'm losing power a lot. I think it's because I took a trait off. I shouldn't be losing power like this, though. Look at me, I'm losing power every few seconds. There's something the Klingons are putting on me. Where's my power? Is it proximity to the nebula? It could be. A bit closer to the nebula. I did remove Intelligent Agent Attaché for the Strange New Worlds trait. It is the nebula. It's not the traits. Yeah, you lose power in the nebula. Did they say that in the dialogue and I missed it? That's an interesting quirk into battle. There are certain abilities you can still use. Like EMP probe when you're out of power. Good night, Klingon. Whoa! What was that? Did he just Picard maneuver me? Oh, I saw a Picard maneuver earlier in this battle.
Done. That's all of them.
No, there's still one more.
Forwards.
I think we got them all. That nebula there cuts your ship's power.
We're almost within transporter range of Hatoria.
I think she did say that in the dialogue
We are
earlier.
within transporter range. However, your comms officer intercepted and decoded a set of outgoing transmissions originating from the patrol ships, sent only seconds before we took them down. It looks like word of our arrival has reached their allies on the ground. Expect an increase in security measures going forward.
I'll bring officers specialized in combat. I'll bring the same two I had before, in other words. Sometime earlier. All the pods. On the walls.
As I was saying, the nanoprobes developed to counter the Undine are...
Where
am
Where'd everybody go?
Bajach Emelv, you fool! Sing, the data! Is it ready?
Soon, Bavat. I am extracting the genetic information from the doctor's holomatrix. It'll take some time to bypass his security subroutines.
You know, in some cultures, it is considered ill-mannered to interrupt a sentient life form, especially a brilliant physician. If you're interested, my research
You're
paper,
not a life
The
form, you're a
Art
thing.
of Turn-Taking, a study on conversational analysis in Delta Quadrant species, has...
Hold your tongue, you insufferable projection of wasted photons!
You won't get the doctor to shut up. That's not my gun.
A
According to the Federation's archives, this facility used to be a penal colony and still houses functional security systems to this day. Speaking of, I'm picking up on a photonic signal that matches the doctor's holosignature, but it's faint. My guess is he's being held in one of the facility's lower levels. Expect a fight along the way. The facility is on yellow alert after our little encounter up in the Hatoria system.
The doctor's hologram, can't he walk through that glass tube he's being held in? Or slip through the floor? We might have blown our cover, but it's not over till the EMH sings. Yeah. He'll probably sing opera. Reach the door.
The Kuvah'magh has arrived. The Kenshik sweep battle.
If my mother taught me anything, it's how to deal with petah like you. That was all of them. Maybe we can still stealth our way through this facility. Lead the way.
But I don't want to stealth, it's dishonourable. Cloaking is for cowards. Just checking around in case there's anything to pick up. But I don't think they put out boxes with loot in them anymore. So pan of the area. There he is.
Unlock your security protocols and give me the data, Patach!
Ambassador Bavat, this is absolutely ludicrous behavior, and very dishonorable, I'll have you know. I refuse to be probed any further. If you have developed a passion for genetics, then I encourage you to conduct your own research. I am sure you will find the funding.
Sing, increase the hologram sensitivity calibrations, and bypass safety protocols.
A human referred to as Sing. As in Carnoonian
This is
Sing?
not how one treats a guest in their repurposed prison. Perhaps it is.
They're hurting him. I'm sending out an electromagnetic pulse to disrupt that console.
The outfit is so inappropriate.
By tampering with the doctor's sensitivity calibrations, Bavat and Singh are making sure that he feels pain the way a biological life form would. Effectively, they're torturing him. I know Captain Sean said not to take risks, but I'm not sure we've got much of a choice. We need to think of something fast.
The doctor could do with being humbled a little bit. It's like when Kess gave him the virus. But that seems interested in genetic data. Perhaps if we look around, we'll figure out what they want from the doctor.
Not a bad plan. We'll investigate the facility as we head towards the doctor's coordinates. But let's do this quickly. I can't let this go on for much longer.
Agreed, this doesn't sit right with me either. Looking around was a good plan, is it? Good plan. I thought it was an obvious plan.
Before you go any further, let's talk about the facility's security sweeps. Some areas of the facility are being scanned periodically by security consoles. Unapproved life forms that come into contact with the scans will likely trigger an alarm, alerting nearby enemies or heightening security protocols. We should avoid detection if possible, and find a way to deactivate the scanners.
Avoid areas that are being scanned. Find control consoles to deactivate scans.
Heads up. The area ahead of us is being scanned.
It's going to be like Tomb Raider or something.
My scans are picking up
Yep.
on low-level electromagnetic signals coming from beyond that sweep.
Oh.
Now what do we have in here? Consoles running on residual power.
Examine console. All the consoles on fire.
Amar Noonian Singh, Research Log, File 13. My first experiment proved unsuccessful. A disappointment. The host biology is highly aggressive at the cellular level and rejecting genetic input. I will adapt my experiments to suppress any existing dominant cells going forward.
Either he's one of the original augments, or one that Kirk found, or an offspring of theirs. And he's gone to the enemy to give them... Wow, he's a traitor. He's not just trying to dominate Earth, he's traitor to Earth.
Amar Noonian Singh, Research Log, File 14. Results are now beginning to show promise, but I fear I might have overcompensated. Rapid mutation has led to instability in the subject genome. To counter this, I plan to create an epigenetic framework with the purpose of culling damaged cells. If we lose a few test subjects in the process, so be it.
Yeah, tough luck, eh?
Amar Noonian Singh, Research Log, File 19. After careful calculations, I have achieved my first breakthrough. Whereas some subjects were unable to withstand further testing, others are now thriving. In particular, subject GU-75 has impressed Bhavat.
That's a good actor voice. I have downloaded the data so we can report it to command. Bing and Bhavat.
They're experimenting on people.
Are the Gorn really people?
The primary focus of the project is gerontology, the study of aging in various life forms. The Federation Science Council has given me permission to test various forms of genetic modification to find treatments of degenerative diseases such as Irumodic syndrome. We're making significant progress.
Yeah, Dr. Bashir was enhanced. It's classified Federation research. That's a classified Federation research log if ever I heard one.
Yes. How did Bhavat and Singh get their hands on proprietary Federation logs? We can't let them keep this data. We need to destroy it.
Yes, we might have a traitor in our midst. Hang on, there's another log.
It's not a proud moment in Earth's history either. Khan was the greatest of the augmented conquerors in the eugenics wars. He was the ruler of more than a quarter of Earth, and he treated those he ruled like slaves. Unlike some of the other so-called genetic supermen, Khan only enslaved his people rather than massacre them. Some consider him to be the best of the tyrants. A dubious honor, to be sure. Augments like Khan Noonian Singh caused the death of millions.
Amar Noonian Singh seems to be following in the footsteps of the infamous Khan Noonian Singh. Let's listen to the rest.
When the people rose up against the augment tyrants, Khan and some of his people escaped into space on a sleeper ship. I suspect you heard a lot about Khan's clashes with Captain Kirk at Starfleet Academy. I remember running the Mutara Nebula simulator in my senior year there. It was a singular experience.
That's in reference to the Kelvin movie. It's kind of ignoring... What was it, the U.S.S. Botany Bay? Those heart eyes stab at thee.
I'm all for eradicating degenerative diseases, but none of it means another eugenics war or the creation of genetically engineered slaves. Singh's plan seems to align more with the latter and not with the Federation's work. My guess is they copied our research, but not our motivations.
This does sound like genetic augmentation, which, in most cases, is against Federation law. Singh and Bavat will be facing some pretty hefty charges for abducting the Doctor.
Looks like a security sweep can be deactivated from that console.
I've never liked this interact fire. It seems too much. Heard it the way it was. Especially if you go onto the bridge of a current bird of prey and go into the officer's mess. It looks like every console in there's on fire.
Security functionality deactivated. Let's move on. I'm detecting
Another
life
device.
signs in the room ahead.
Another device. Tricorder show these Klingon perimeter scanners have been extensively retrofitted with alien technology to facilitate multi-dimensional security sweeps. Multi-dimensional and time travel and all that? The retrofit has equipped them with tachyon reverberance, making them sensitive to quantum signature fluctuations. This methodology is rarely used outside of temporal mechanics and wormhole studies. I'm starting to think mirror universe now. What other universes? Cross-referencing the device's energy signature and molecular configuration with recent readings reveals direct correlations to the devices discovered at the Kuvah'magh conference. Well, they look the same.
Kuvah'magh, Breathforce gates stand ready to welcome you.
A Bavat welcoming committee. That's the sign. Remind me to say. That's all of them. Let's look around for anything that might help us.
There's nothing wrong with rapid lithic formation. Nothing at all. Look like server computers.
Amar Noonien Singh, Research Log File 22. Subject GU-75's DNA has begun to deteriorate after a couple of cycles. All attempts to stabilize the specimen's genetic sequence using molecular templating have failed. I will keep trying. Amar Noonien Singh, Research Log File 28. This will be my last entry on subject GU-75, who has begun to exhibit irrational and aggressive behavioral patterns. The specimen's enhanced strength make it difficult to control. Even the Klingon guards struggle to keep it subdued for testing. I will begin processing GU-75 for termination.
Doctor's Log Supplemental Stardate 86324.7. In preparation for the Kuvah'magh ceasefire conference, I have been reviewing the Undine research stored in my holomatrix. One study from Stardate 51003.7 focuses in particular on the reprogramming of Borg collective nanoprobes for the purpose of destabilizing species 8472 cell structure, thereby neutralizing them.
His voice is annoying in later years. I mean, when he was on Voyager, he did some good bits. But these days, when he's reading dialogue in a game like this, it sounds like he's reading a story to children for bedtime all the time, and it's getting annoying. It doesn't seem to think that there are grown adults playing this game. This is the research the Doctor spoke of at Kuvah'magh before he was interrupted. The log continues.
It appears that Seven and I pioneered research on species 8472, and that the Federation was the first and so far only alliance of people able to thwart the Undine. My hope is that we will soon be able to share this research with trusted allies.
The Doctor was open to sharing his research with allies.
I don't think Singh and Bavat are acting on behalf
Accolade.
of the Klingon Empire.
Gordon but not
They
forgotten.
must be acting independently.
At least our ceasefire proposal might still stand a chance. Yet we can't blame the Klingon Empire for their breakaway faction. The
It looks
breakaway
like we can
faction of
deactivate a
thugs.
security sweep from in here.
I thought we had to dodge the security sweeps rather than deactivate them. I guess that's too much like Tomb Raider dodging things.
This room is clear.
Another device?
Another security sweep. We should check this room. Some of these consoles are still active.
We've got a
No
dodge
doctor in here, but maybe we'll find something that can help us.
My pets don't set it off.
Amar Noonien Singh, Research Log File 31. In the wake of Subject GU-75's termination, a new favorite has arisen amongst the augmented ranks. Subject GU-78 is strong, reliable, and obedient, despite the pain it is in. For now.
Doctor's Log Supplemental, Stardate 54518.2. The genetic material retrieved from the unborn Klingon hybrid by the name of Miral Paris, sampled with the consent of her parents, Lieutenants B'Elanna Torres and Tom Paris, has proven a great success. The Klingon pilgrims from the U.S.S. Shan have been cured of their illness. As a result, they now believe that Miral is what they call the Kuvah'magh, a legendary Klingon figure who is foretold to heal all Klingons and restore them to their former glory. Quite the legacy to live up to for an unborn child. Miral is doing well. I know that the crew of Voyager will protect her, at least until she comes of age and chooses her own path. I expect there will come a day when the Klingon Empire will inquire about Miral Paris. However, modifying genetic material is a delicate topic, given the historical precedents. The eugenics wars, or the Klingon augment virus, both point toward the possibility of genetic alteration being used for nefarious purposes, such as creating biological weaponry, or even an army.
Creating an army?
That must be exactly what Singh and Bavat have planned, but why? The Klingon Empire already has a capable army. The rest of the log comes as no surprise to me. As I got older, my parents began to share stories from my childhood with me. The tale of the U.S.S. Shan was one of them.
The plan to create an army sounds concerning. Yeah, I'm sure it does.
You know the drill. That's it. Deactivated. Let's keep moving.
Copy and paste corridor. I mean, why do they have a corridor going to a dead end and put a computer at the end of it, next to another one that goes to a dead end and puts a computer at the end of it? Why not just put them in rooms?
Klingon and Gorn life signs up ahead. Prepare for a fight.
They're for an epic fight, if they're augments. I see him. Find which one to target first. A big one.
Have you come as a sacrifice, Kuvah'magh?
Where's Boo? The only thing I'm sacrificing is my time, you useless car.
Glory to the Gorn, and Bavat the benefactor. All shall fall. This is the price.
These Gorn are too far gone and blinded by Bavat's empty promises.
Surrender yourself, Kuvah'magh, or prepare to die with dishonor.
That Gorn looks similar to the ones who disrupted the Kittimer conference. Let's press on. I'm sure the doctor is counting on us.
There's a
Tricorders
console
are
here.
detecting a photonic signature further ahead. Lead the way.
Oh, it's not a console, it's just taking the view. Probably an accolade. Bavat's Eye's view. Bavat's Eye view. Pleasant place. We're supposed to go that way, but what's over here? This is the door. Just a weapons locker. Console. And a storage bay.
There are too many security sweeps in this hallway to evade. We have to keep investigating to deactivate them somehow.
Copy that. Go back to that console, no doubt. Ah, there's some here.
This console doesn't appear to deactivate the security sweeps, but I see another one.
Where the NPCs wave to attract you over.
This appears to be a security console connected to an audio-visual feed.
Ooh, cameras. This could prove useful.
The exobiology lab is ready, Bavat. We are only missing the data.
Huicha! How hard can it be to retrieve data from a hologram?
Ambassador, may I remind you that I am the emergency medical hologram Mark 1. I served aboard the U.S.S. Voyager during
Silence! Do you wish to have your vocal interface deactivated, you insufferable tar? Quiet. Someone is watching.
Miral.
Ode.
Hello, Kuvah'magh.
He's trying to tell us something.
Damn it, we've been detected. And he's taunting us. We need to come up with a plan. Quickly.
The doctor was humming a tune.
I recognize that tune. It was a song he used to sing to me when I was a child. It was written by Kolar, commander of the U.S.S. Shan and his people. The piece is dedicated to the Kuvah'magh. The part the doctor is humming goes, Kuvah'magh, follow no longer. Find me when two warring houses have made peace, and as one grows stronger. It's the last stanza, symbolic of the Kuvah'magh's agency and their choice to guide the Klingon people, or not.
I believe the doctor is signaling for us to fall back. This could be a trap.
Trap or not, I won't abandon him. There must be something else we can do. Maybe we can deceive Bavat somehow, get him to tip his hand or release the doctor for a price.
He's interested in your genetic material, right? Maybe there's something we can use in that xenobiology lab thing mentioned that could pass as a sample of your DNA. Huh? Okay.
That might just work. If they're willing to go to these lengths just to retrieve my genetic material, then surely they'd be willing to negotiate.
It could be the missing piece to their project. Maybe Singh has some samples in that lab that we can mix to create hybrid DNA. I don't get it. My reading isn't that great.
Some security parameters were shut down when Bavat cut the feed. Stay sharp. The area ahead is being scanned.
What about timing, like in Tomb Raider?
We still need to get to the lowest level of the facility.
All that. Power generation by looks of things. We're going to get ambushed at some point.
This must be the exobiology lab.
Let's see what we can find in here.
You know, I minored in biogenetics at Starfleet Academy. Time to put those skills to good use.
Reminds me of two other things in the game. The Friday the 13th thing with the Mad Vulcan. And one of the Breen episodes with Trapped Deferi. Ooh, do we want to touch these samples without gloves?
A sample of human genomic base pairs. A sample of Klingon polynucleotide clusters.
What was this one?
This mix might just do the trick, at least for now. Time to
What's
enact
that
our
thing?
plan.
Just want to have a look in these tanks. See what's here. Oh, Gorn. Every last one of them is Gorn. They want to make a Gorn slave army. They're not looking to enhance Klingons. They probably learned their lesson with that. Oh. There he is. Secure main lab. Move on. We secure that lab then.
The data has almost been decrypted, Bavat. Soon, we will be able to dispose of the hologram.
Miral, what are you still doing here?
Double dialogue, it's a known bug.
Klingon hybrid I have never seen before.
Don't worry, Doctor. We're here to break you out.
Lieutenant Miral Paris. Or should I say Kuvah'magh? Here to take your friend's place? He's kept your seat warm.
Let him go.
And why would I do that?
This double dialogue
we
was in the
have
patch
what
notes.
You need. A sample of my DNA.
As a known bug.
The missing piece to your scientific puzzle. You're creating an army, right?
I am creating a movement. Soon all will pledge their allegiance to the new Klingon Empire and bow before its ruler.
That's only a fantasy without my DNA, Bavat.
I'll give you the sample if you release the doctor.
Miral, I strongly advise you do not.
You're bluffing. Hand it to my assistant. Now.
Let the doctor go first.
Yeah, the double dialogue in this cutscene is a known issue that was in the patch notes.
Free the captive, Singh.
They'll probably fix it quick.
This is a ruse. A counterfeit. Now, Singh.
Let's see how you fare against my latest experiments.
Uh-oh.
Ready.
Here come the Gorn.
The doctor's genetic
Whoa!
research will have to do for now. Time is on my side. Can you say the same, Kuvah'magh?
Soliton particles, multi-dimensional things.
Varel, no! It's too dangerous. I'll go.
I love you, but you've got to trust me. I have to go after him, and you're needed here. You're the galaxy's only hope against the
Yeah, Doctor, don't stand in the way of her destiny.
I don't know where I'm heading, but if I make it, I'll give you a sign. Protect the doctor. I'll go after Bhavat. We'll meet again.
You. Oh, and them. Uh-oh. They're looking for a fight.
If you handle the fighting, I will search my database for intelligence on the Gorn. Should you require medical assistance, then I will be at your disposal, if you stay alive, that is. I'm a doctor, not a
He's immune.
Gorn are ectothermic creatures, and therefore vulnerable to the cold. Use your environment.
Use the environment.
They are also apex predators, with instinct-driven threat responses. Augmentation has driven these Gorn to insanity.
Come on, Gorn, this way. They're just immune. Let's use your environment, but I'm not seeing what to use. What's this thing? Oh, that's that tear that Mirror went through. Can't do nothing with the bomb here. Not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. I'll have a bit more of a look around, I think. Let's use your environment. Can't do nothing with those bombs. Ah, unless they touch the bombs. Come on, Gorn. I'm luring you in. Look at that nice little bomb for you. I've got another one here for you. Two down, one to go. No, it says one down. I think my pets are distracting the Gorn. It's not easy to lure them. Come on, Gorn. Maybe it's better to face them with melee. Then you can lure them a bit better. That bomb didn't work. Come on, Gorn. This is stupid. It's not moving.
You've weakened them. Keep it up. It's our only chance to make it out alive.
One more to kill, I think. Oh, hello. Get up before I dock your pay. I'm supposed to click on these or something. You're clearly supposed to lure them to the bombs so they get froze or something. Got him!
What a
Met the
fight.
doctor, accolade.
I was anxious, even as an onlooker. Well done.
Where's he
We've
gone?
got an unethical scientist on the loose. Where is Singh? I am registering his biosignature, coming from a nearby transporter room.
The way they wave.
This is Singh. IKS Warwick. Come in. Anyone!
Not so fast, Singh.
You're under arrest.
The jig is up.
Fine. But if you think apprehending me will have any effect on my plans with Bavat. You are deluded. Bavat has the genetic data he needs to proceed. None of you will be able to change that. Not even the Kuvah'magh. In time, Bavat will convince her to join his 10,000 augment army. It's the prophecy.
According to the Federation archives, the Kuvah'magh is destined to defeat the army, not lead it.
All of your ruses are pitiful. Your genetic concoction of Klingon and human DNA did not even pass a visual inspection. Do you think Bavat and I cannot recognize a vial originating from our own laboratory? Even your holographic doctor must have realized that. But you are too simple-minded to understand our greater scientific plans. Like an insect waiting to be squashed in the palm of a god.
You seem pretty confident that Bavat has your back, but he left you behind as soon as he acquired the doctor's data. I thought this guy was an augment who could fight his way past all of us.
Silence! The Kuvah'magh has followed Bavat as intended, and him and I have a deal. He will lead his army, and I will become a renowned ruler. Unlike the rest of the Noonien Singh lineage who have lost their way, I will become the father of a new generation of augments. You, on the other hand, will rot in Aurora Pinte cell once all of this is over. Bavat's means transcend time itself.
The bad guy wants to leave me alive? Bavat is enacting his grand plan without you, whereas you tried to flee from battle. I think we've heard enough. ISS Lexington. One to beam to the brig. Accolade, about time. Yes, about time.
I've dealt with my fair share of rude scientists during my time aboard Voyager, but Amar Noonien Singh might just take the cake. Now that this area is secure and our culprit has been caught, I wanted to thank you for coming to my rescue. I know our mission isn't over yet. Bavat is still at large, with morale trailing not far behind, I'm sure.
The scientist takes the biscuit. What about that holographic Cardassian scientist the Doctor worked with on Voyager? Don't mention it, Doctor. I hope you're alright now. That sounded gruesome earlier. As for Bavat, Singh mentioned his means. Transcended time. This is set before the Iconium War, isn't it? I suspect we're going to have to rescue Miral Paris in later episodes. I think they might be planning more episodes. As this looks like the first one in the Ultimate Klingon arc. And time travel doesn't start till the Iconium War.
Yes, he did. I suggest we return to where we last saw Bavat and investigate the area. I'm sure we will find something that will enlighten us on the matter. Besides, it might increase our odds of finding Miral sooner rather than later.
Good idea, Doctor. I'll scan the area. Seems like a rip in space-time that we might be able to open
Nothing
and follow
a tricorder
through.
scan won't illuminate. Oh my. Your scans reveal the presence of residual chronoton particles. That, my friend, suggests a temporal aperture once existed in this very space.
The portal Bavat opened, so he has time travelled. Why and to when?
I'm afraid it will be difficult to pinpoint on our own. I suggest you report back to Starfleet for now. I am sure Command will want to hear all about this. I can say Captain Sean will be enthused about Miral's disappearance, and I do feel somewhat responsible for that. I'll break the news to him when we return, but I expect he will contact you later. We'll be counting on you to find her.
I don't know how yet, but I will find Lieutenant Paris. That's a promise, Doctor. ISS for Lexington, 2 to beam up.
My army promises glory to the Empire and its great houses. A new dawn, a new era for the worthy warrior. Together, we will finally become an empire worthy of Kalesh. We will wipe out the Federation and conquer their people once and for all. Kapla!
Kuvah'magh! Kuvah'magh! Kuvah'magh!
He's gone into the past. Ooh, I know this. I recognise this landscape.
But what?
The Guardian of Forever. Surely. Yes!
Where am I?
They brought it back. We all wondered whether they'd bring that back again one day. And that appears to be it. Ended on a huge cliffhanger.
I wish I could say our mission was a total success, but my chief of security is unaccounted for, and the conference hasn't unfolded as President Okeg had hoped. Bavat is still out there somewhere, but there's still a glimmer of hope in all of this. Somehow, Captain Cogran has convinced the High Council to consider the ceasefire. What's more, Starfleet Intelligence has asked me to relay an unusual message. Apparently, they received an encrypted transmission from Lieutenant Paris, addressed to you. The stardate attributed to it is unexpected. Even so, you have my thanks for retrieving the Doctor, and for bringing Amar Noonien Singh to justice. I'm putting my faith in you. Track down Bavat to ensure he answers for his crimes, and bring Miral home.
Yep, that's what we'll do. I suspect we're going to go through the Guardian of Forever at some point to try and stop Bavat. Maybe we'll find ourselves in an alternate future where the Klingons rule everything and the Federation's gone. Accolade the Kuvah'magh. That's the random item you get from the episode reward. Don't need it. There's nothing special about it. And that's the Gorn throwing rock diggy. I wonder if I can test that somewhere. Quick. Somewhere on the ground I can do a quick test of it to see what it looks like. I know. Hold on, let me get it onto my... Janeway patrol. I won't do the whole patrol, I'll just see what the rock throw looks like.
Tearing off.
Yeah, where do I put it on my spam bar? I'll replace the anchor with it now. for now. I'll also replace my Ethereum weapon with one from the Lobby store, the new one in the Lobby store, modified phaser pistol. I haven't upgraded it, so it won't do much damage. But that's the new Lobby store phaser pistol. And the rock throw thing. See what Borgs say about rock throw. They have not. Apparently, they can't adapt. Yeah, it's just like it knocked them over. Oh, took a bit of damage from them. Bit of a cooldown on it. Okay, that was the rock throw, now the pistol. Take it off of auto fire.
Janeway's trapped in transporter room 1.
Primary fire. You can spam the primary fire button. Wow, it's cutting through these elite Borg even without being upgraded. No remodulation yet, but then I might have the trait on for that. Secondary fire. And again. It's as quick as you can do secondary. Tertiary. Or I'm held. Oh! The tertiary fire is the one where it blows up in your hand and causes you damage, but also causes an enemy damage. Try that again. It takes out an enemy.
You're clear to proceed. Get to the transporter room.
I'm going to keep going. I'm enjoying it. Rock throw. Primary fire a few times. Secondary fire. Wait for its cooldown. Fire again. And then tertiary explosive. The tertiary explosive takes a few seconds to activate. But it's cutting through these Borg like crazy. Look at that! I don't think my Ethereum weapon can do that. Have they overpowered it to make sails? And then nerf it later? I think we've seen enough now. That was just a little bonus at the end. The rock throw does seem to knock the enemy on its backside. Take away a good chunk of health. And nothing's got a lengthy cooldown on it. But the gun, I'm kind of impressed with the gun. Probably won't even need to upgrade it, but I'm curious to see what it would do once upgraded. Anyway, that's it for this video. My opinion of the episode, I thought it was pretty good. Very heavy on dialogue, but the fights were okay, except that end one. It was a bit difficult to figure out how to kill the augmented Gorns, the 3 augmented Gorns. And I don't mind heavy dialogue episodes if the dialogue's good. A lot of scanning and a lot of mini games. But I guess scanning goes hand in hand with Starfleet. A Starfleet officer is just not right until they get good scanning every now and then. But yeah, it's a nice new take on an old mission. And it was a very nice surprise to see the Guardian of Forever at the end. But yep, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope my audio wasn't too bad for my voice, because I was getting a bit of red spikes there on my microphone. And hopefully this has come out in 4K. Well, thanks for watching. If you want to see me any weekday, I do stream on Twitch. My times are posted there. 10 AM UK time till British summertime until 2 PM. 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. If you like the video, feel free to hit the thumbs up and comment. Maybe even subscribe to the channel. Until next time, goodbye YouTube. Live long and prosper.